So if your school's paying you directly for an NIL deal, even though he knows pay for play, if your school's paying you directly, it's part of the $20 million cap. The commission's job is to monitor every deal outside of the school of $600 or more. So any deal you do that's $600 or more, you're supposed to upload that transaction not to the NCAA system that Teamworks built, but to this new system that Deloitte built called NIL Go. And you upload the transaction, and the goal is they're going to look at it and make sure that there's a valid business purpose in it. And if there's not, they can say no and stop you from taking the money. Or maybe you already took the money and they say no a few days later, and now you got to give the money back.
Wow.
And if you disagree, there's an arbitration opportunity that you can exercise, and you can go to arbitration, which takes only 45 days. And in that arbitration process, the best part is if you've been paid by your school and now you're being paid by a collective, a similar amount of money, you can use the deal from the school as a comp in your arbitration. I think to argue you should be able to keep the same amount of money for the same type of services that you got in a collective deal.
Right.
What's happening is you're seeing them push back on less and less deals because it really doesn't have a leg to stand on. And the reason it doesn't have a leg to stand on is there is no collectively bargained cap. In the pros, they have these systems.
Right.
You're seeing it right now with Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes.
That deal was done similar to a collective deal to get around the cap.
Yeah.
Right? And if they find out that this is true, a lot of people are going to get in trouble because that cap was collectively bargained.
Yeah.
You saw it in the WNBA 2 years ago. The Las Vegas Aces, who the average player made about $80,000 salary, each player got offered $100,000 each by the city of Las Vegas to promote the city, and WNBA stopped the deal because it was an unfair advantage for the Las Vegas Aces franchise. So anti-circumvention systems exist in all these leagues where there's a collectively bargained cap, and they work. But it's not going to work in college sports without a collectively bargained cap.
Yeah. That is interesting. Wow. Even the reference of Mr. Leonard, shout out, I believe his name's Pablo, the gentleman that broke it off, because he had me up at 4 o'clock in the morning saying, what is going on? And this is, a really good reflection of understanding how business works, understanding how money flows, but also being able to have access to examples to be able to get clarity on some of the steps that you're taking. And so this is really, really good feedback and insight. As we close up, are there any final thoughts that you would like to share with our audience in regards of AO? We have folks that are listening that are parents that have athletes. I didn't say student athletes. They have parents that have aspiration to get into college athletics. I do have a similar rant. I get frustrated when they call the NFL a career. I don't believe it's a career. I don't believe the NBA is a career. I don't believe Major League Baseball is a career, because they don't tell doctors they need to get a plan B. Like, if this doesn't work out, make sure. They only tell the athletes that. And so it's really more so an experience to create career type opportunities. But with the status of AO, the horizon that we see for Jim in regards to the future and more of really truth-telling that you will represent at a national level, what remarks would you like to share for those that say, hey, I got a child that is a college athlete, I have a child that's about to be a college athlete, I know someone that is a coach. Where would you say, or what would you say to them in regards of this is why AO is important and this is how you can be a part of the movement?
So what I would say is, starting with the athlete, use the game. Don't let the game use you, right? And I use baseball, and I only played Division II, but it really set the stage for my career as an entrepreneur and for a lot of other things in my adult life. So use the game and get everything out of it. And I think with the opportunity to now get paid, you can really do something special, man. Yeah. I mean, you can, whether you're getting paid $50,000 or $500,000, you have cash to now use the financial advice that guys like you can teach.
Yep.
If you don't have money, it's a lot harder to practice these things. You've got cash to practice it, to pay for your tax. You know why it's great to do your taxes? Because now when you go to buy a house or you go to build a business, you've got tax returns to show. That is awesome. You should want every dollar to go in there. Even though you do have to pay taxes, that's the law. you now have a way to use your taxes to show proof of income to go buy a house, to go start a business.
Leverage.
So pay your taxes, put everything on there. Do it the right way. Be honest with it.
Right.
If you're going to use credit, use it the right way to get to make your credit even better. Most young people, when they get out, don't have any credit. You're going to have credit now. It should be great because you have money. But most importantly, forget about the money. Use the experience to meet everybody you can meet and to establish relationships so that when you're not playing anymore, and they don't care about you as much because they won't care about you as much when you're not playing. It's just human nature.
Right.
All right. We all know people who used to play. It's not the same when they do play. So when they don't care about you as much because you don't play, they're still going to care about you maybe even more because of who you are and who you were to them when you did play. And that's going to help you with connections to do things you don't even know yet.
That's right.